Sack the Syrup series is back on. This time we're going to go back to High Bank here in Columbus, Ohio.
Yep.
But this is their double oat. So we might be kind of comparing apples and oranges here a little bit because we're talking about 116 proof. It's a double oat. We don't have Woodford's double oat on hand. Not very many people do. This one's only a 90 proof, but just to kind of catch you up, the reason we're doing this series is we love the Woodford Reserve double oat. We call it the syrup. And so we're comparing other double oaks with this beautiful tasting bottle and seeing if it matches up or how they compare.
Yeah, to kind of cross over, corporate lines where it's the benchmark of double oaks in terms of just, you know what, this is where you need to be. Mm-hmm. And there are plenty of them that are higher than that, and so we want to try them. So if you have a Peerless double oaked or a 13th Colony double oak that you want to send our way,
or or just tell us, have you had it and you think,
that too. That's less helpful, but it's still okay.
Or you could tell us where to get it, and if it's too pricey,
it's not in the state. Not in Ohio.
Yeah, we haven't found
it. It might be on a drop, which we'd have a lottery for, which I would probably win.
Asshole.
What are you talking about? You'd be drinking it too.
That's true. Good point. Yeah. Of course,
some of these drinking it too things are you get one little taste and then I'm taking it away from you.
Oh man!
You ungrateful punk!
That is a hard life.
You ungrateful bastard.
Seriously. Here you are getting a sip of it for free, and most of the rest of the free country has to sit there and pay $500 for a bottle of Rock Hill Farms.
We're going to get to High Bank's Whiskey War double oak. We just got this one a few weeks ago, didn't we?
Yes, and we liked it.
Ooh.
Yeah.
This is the first one that's going to match color.
It is. I noticed that right off the bat. So they're both really pretty dark.
Yep. Oh dear heaven.
Yeah, this one's I know what's gonna happen here. We're gonna be completely two ends of the spectrum. Sweet versus a very oaky, it's gonna be.
It's not going to be comparable, but
this is the third time I've had a sip of this one. Because I don't even think I've sipped the one I have at home. I'm not sure if I have or not.
You probably haven't even opened it.
I might have.
Oh, I can always get one of those a day.
Oh, whatever. The nose is super oaky.
The palate, the nose match. It is deep barrel char.
It's right on. Yeah.
You've got some molasses in there. Mm-hmm. Just deep barrel char. Man,
it's awful good.
Mm-hmm. It is. It's excellent stuff.
Yeah.
And this one gives you just that nice little hug in there. That Ohio hug. Yeah. Fight me, Kentucky.
You got to pronounce it right. It's Ohio.
Yeah.
We're not in southern Ohio.
So, I will say, listen, watch out, Kentucky. Ohio's making some good stuff. They are.
Seriously.
Watch out. This is good.
And I would say that's comparable to the OHLQ one that we had.
I'd say you're out of your mind.
I don't agree with that.
But that's okay. We expect that with age.
Listen, this is a completely. So what he's referring to is they have a double oak, and we compared it in our very first Sack the Syrup series with the Oak Father, which again these are the Oak Father and the Good, Bad, and the Oaky, but those are like store picks.
Yeah.
What those are is just basically a store pick of their double oaked, which is really this is a really good bottle. Mm-hmm. We should have done a comparison with the double oaked is what we should have done. But either way, what we're looking at is this is almost really a lot. He put on another glass.
Sir, that is a brilliant idea.
I would almost, this is just from memory, probably take their double oaked over their double oaked. I really like this bottle. This is a really nice bottle. And
I can't go there.
And then I
think it's a good bottle.
And then the Oak Father is like another realm. You're gonna do it anyways. Yeah.
So much lighter in color.
Yeah.
yeah,
Much lighter.
It's got legs. It's definitely got some legs to it. It's got the garter belt. You know. Did you see the clasps?
So yeah, that's just nice.
yeah.
It's still got the oak. It pulls back a lot on that oak, that barrel char.
Yeah.
It has everything else. It pulls back on the harshness because that does drink like a full 116. This is 100. And I would actually probably go with the double oaked over the double. But
It's a
And
smooth,
that's funny because
it's a smoother sip. That's what's so weird.
Yeah.
Is when you call me up, you're like, oh my gosh, I love that, and I'm like, wait a second, that sucker's 116 proof. That's not in your real wheelhouse. And
Right.
then the oakiness compared to the sweetness, I was like, what's going on here? But it's interesting how it's affected your palate. I think that's fun.
yeah,
Well, this might have to be a double oaked, and because we're already doing it.
yeah.
It's smoother, I think.
It's much smoother. It's definitely that oak, and I like that barrel char. I like that deep kind of bitter molasses hit that's with it.
Yep.
But when you compare it with the double oaked, I'm going with the.
But here's the other thing: is that double oaked is good.
Oh yeah,
I really like.
I'm not hating on it.
Yeah.
The only problem is when you go to the double oak, you're going to spend $100.
Yeah.
Yeah, but and when you compare it to its junior over there, there's just you're right. It is smoother. It's got because the char's not there. There's that
Can I
sweetness.
say something real quick?
Yeah.
It's smoother from front to back.
Yes.
That's what I mean. Okay, good.
And it doesn't parch you like the double oak
Correct.
is doing. And
Boy,
again,
but the nose is better on the double oak. Go back and do
yeah,
the nose.
it's deeper.
That nose is.
This is almost like drinking water compared to the double oak.
You have
I
a
don't.
crack problem.
I'm just saying it's a lot weaker. It just doesn't.
Well, yeah, it's
I don't-
weaker.
Is it? It's just different. It's not going to have that oaky. The oak flavor is going to come out and get you, right? So the double oak versus the double oak oakness is going to come.
Right.
You got to expect the parchness, the tannins coming from the oak. All of that stuff. You've got to expect that's going to be part of it. The double oaks or the double oaks aren't going to have that. But man, that nose! Going back to that nose, it is nice. So the part that kind of is interesting for me in the double oak, the very front of it is really nice. I really like it.
Yeah.
It gets super oaky from the middle to the end of the palate, and I like it, but it's just it throws you off a little bit.
I think when you're splitting the hairs here,
Yeah.
the double oaked from High Bank, it over parches.
Yeah.
And so it just that and it's not a huge criticism of mine. I like everything about it. I like every element that it
Like
presents.
everything that they've made so far that I've had.
I've never been disappointed with that.
All right, let's get to the old.
Oh
syrup.
yes, we had this one, didn't we?
Yeah, we have. Yeah.
But this is going to be wildly different from the double oak. It's going to be more akin to the double oak.
The double oak.
I mean, right there, the nose difference.
Yeah. Although the double oak nose is nice.
Yeah, it is. But there is, again, you're not going to get the sweetness,
Yeah.
as much of it anyway. Again, this is, we've talked about this before.
Yeah.
You've got the buttered French toast, all that
Yeah.
stuff on the nose that comes through on the palate.
Yeah.
That just makes you really satisfied.
Yeah.
You know,
Comparing the nose with the double oaks, the two double oaks, I'm probably gonna the nose for me would go with the Woodford. I'm having a hard time between the two because I guess it just depends on what I feel at the moment. Because you're right. This is a sweeter one. There's just so much complexity on that nose.
Yeah.
And there's some serious like bourbon-esque nose flavors coming out.
We can contribute something from like an Ohio perspective. Be like, listen, we got High Bank here, we got M&O Spirits, we got Middle West. Now, Middle West has really spread their wings out across the country, but these other two, I mean, like if you can get your hands on this stuff, by all means, pull the trigger if you can, because the value of the juice in there is so top notch.
Yeah,
that
I'd agree with that.
Yeah.
There's Kentucky may have been first or whatever in the bourbon.
It's the capital.
It is
Capital bourbon.
95% of all bourbon
It is the
in Kentucky.
And 95% of all the good bourbons in Ohio.
Wow, I don't know about that. I don't know if I'm going to.
I may be a little reaching on that.
My all-time favorite bourbons all minus the one, all reside in Kentucky.
On my shelf? Oh.
Don't mind if I do.
Okay, so let's go back. So let's kind of reiterate here because we're kind of getting long-winded here. What's your favorite for the nose? Let's pick a nose.
How are you going to pick your nose?
So your vote is the double. That nose is nice.
That nose carries. The taste is. I like the taste. I like the finish, but the nose carries it all the way through.
Yeah.
For me.
I think that's a really good point. Yeah. Okay, so nose for you.
But it's tight.
It really is. This one's a tough one.
I really like all three on the nose right now. I'm probably gonna go with the double High Bank.
Oh man,
it's just there's a deeperness, there's a uniqueness in terms of just how oaky and campfirey that is.
I'm gonna go with that too. I think that across the board for me, the nose. So that's it. The nose winner for us is the High Bank Double Oak. That's a nice nose. Okay, so now let's go with taste. All right, we'll start with you. Taste. Double Oak. Yep. Could have figured that one out.
I'm gonna go with just the High Bank Double Oak.
Interesting, man. What's yours?
Mine is Woodford Double Oak.
So it's a split decision all the way around.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Here's the thing, and again, this doesn't take away from these two. I really like this bottle. I was almost comparing when I had a couple sips of that. I think you left it at my house at one point, and I had a couple of sips of it.
And you told me I had to bring it back.
and it was really, I was like, there's something here.
Yeah.
But I'm going to go back. The Double Oak is really, really good. I guess maybe I'm being maybe a little bit biased. I'm just biased. I'm just going to go with the Woodford Double Oak because I really like that sweetness that it brings, the consistency from the nose to the taste, and that taste really comes through. So I really like that. Okay, so finish. Let's talk about the finish.
Boy.
How about you, Dad? Yep, Double Oak. There's a shocker. He goes clean sweep with the Double Oak.
You homer.
Yeah, right.
How about you? Because this is going to be an interesting one. Because the finish, and I'm going to have to taste it through, but the finish right now, this is what it's. This one kind of sits as like, well, that's part of my bread and butter.
with an egg wash.
Yeah, right.
I'm gonna have to go with the High Bank Double Oak on the finish.
With the Double Oak.
Wow.
The Double Oak, not the Double. The Double Oak in comparison, the oakiness, the drying nature of it causes an issue only in the comparison.
Okay.
Between the two, you don't get the dry and finish. There's actually a little bit of a sweet carry with the regular Double Oak for High Bank that brings that through. There's a Maker's pour in there for you. That's what I said at Maker's.
Pour a little bit in the glass there, buddy.
Right.
Okay. For me, the finish is going to be the Woodford Double Oaked. It just carries. For me, that's the one that carries through. And again, I think for me, the Woodford Double Oaked is it from the beginning to the end, from the nose to the finish, plays this consistent play, which I really like. Where I don't quite get it from here, and then the double oaked is great nose, very beginning taste is nice. The finish is like, oh, here's a ton of oak. I'm going to throw it. I'm going to throw this log in your lap, and so and so
Interesting.
Which again, I'm not trying to trash it.
Yeah, that doesn't trash it.
I have a bottle of that, and I'm gonna be enjoying
It's your
it.
taste buds.
But I'm gonna be. We got a
By
bottle
the
of it.
way, we know who the taste
Stop.
buds are.
Okay.
Stop it right now.
That's another side story, but we'll save that for later on.
Well, if you could find the commercial, that would.
We've looked.
I know.
I've
We
looked,
have.
yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah, but again, I've got a bottle of this, and I might go home tonight and sip on it and be really happy about it, right? So you just can't. But it is pricey.
Yeah.
It is pricey.
Now you do understand how the voting came through with all levels being equal. It's a tie between those two.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So we have sacked the syrup, is what we're saying. Thanks again for tuning in. We appreciate it. Having a good time again here with the Sack the Syrup series. Put comments down if you agree or you think we're on crack. Put it on down. Let us know. Yeah, we're probably on crack, but that's okay. All right.
I'm not on crack, but it's for all bourbon men.
Have a great one, guys. Crack is whack. See ya.